Let's get right into it. Number 10, the brain's last firework show. Here's a fun thought to start your day. When you die, your brain doesn't actually know it's dead, at least not right away. For a few brief, freaky moments, that wrinkly walnut inside your skull throws the biggest rave it's ever had. See, right as your heart stops and your blood flow says, "I'm out," your brain goes into full panic mode. Oxygen levels drop, neurons start misfiring like cheap fireworks, and your consciousness starts doing interpretive dance. Researchers have recorded electrical activity bursts after clinical death, sometimes even stronger than normal. It's like your brain is screaming, "We're going down, but we're going down in style." Some scientists think this might explain near-death experiences. You know, people seeing white lights, tunnels, their grandma waving from a celestial cloud. Turns out that's probably not heaven's welcome committee. It's just your neurons having a meltdown and accidentally opening the VFX folder marked spiritual hallucinations. So yeah, your brain's final act isn't peaceful. It's chaos. Like a Windows update that installs itself after the computer's already been thrown off a bridge. Basically, your consciousness gets one last messy encore before the curtain falls. Number 9, the dead sit-up, aka your final gym routine. Picture this. You're at a morgue. Everything's quiet. Then, out of nowhere, the body on the table suddenly sits up. No ghosts, no demons, just physics. It's called the Lazarus sign, a totally real, totally horrifying phenomenon where a recently deceased person's muscles spasm in just the right way to make them raise their arms, flex their fingers, or even sit halfway upright. Why? Because the spinal cord sometimes outlives the brain for a bit, and those leftover electrical signals can trigger random movements. In other words, your body's like, "Oh, are we dead? Cool. Let me just stretch real quick." Doctors have seen corpses lift their arms and gently rest them over their chest like they're posing for a Renaissance painting. Others twitch or jerk suddenly, especially if they're still connected to a ventilator. The first time medical students see it, it's usually followed by the sound of scrubs sprinting toward the nearest exit. And get this, those movements can happen hours after death. Your body's internal software just keeps running background programs like an old phone that won't shut off. So if you ever end up in a morgue, hopefully not soon, maybe give the body some space. You never know which one's about to do a yoga pose. Number 8, the death flush. Here's a phrase you didn't know you needed today. Post-mortem pink. Right after death, while your body's still warm, blood begins pooling under the skin thanks to gravity. Normally, that means dark purplish patches where the blood settles, called livor mortis. But sometimes, depending on how and where you died, it creates a creepy blush. Yep. You literally get prettier for a few hours. It's especially noticeable in fair-skinned people, where oxygen left in the blood gives cheeks and lips a faint rosy glow. Combine that with the fact that your muscles are still semi-relaxed, and you might look oddly peaceful, like you're napping after a good spa day, not, eternally clocked out. Funeral directors actually rely on this stage. They time embalming and makeup to catch that healthy glow window before decomposition starts ruining the vibe. Morbid cosmetology at its finest. So, if someone says you look peaceful at your own funeral, just know it's because gravity gave you one last beauty filter. Number 7, the symphony of gases. Ah yes, the musical portion of dying. As your body starts to break down, bacteria trapped in your gut throw a feast. And when bacteria feast, they fart. A lot. Methane, hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, you basically turn into a biological balloon animal. This gas buildup can cause some interesting effects. Your abdomen bloats. Fluids burp through your throat. Sometimes air gets pushed past your vocal cords, creating random groans or sighs. Which means yes, corpses can make sounds. Imagine being a mortician and hearing a body suddenly let out a deep exhale like it's annoyed at you. Ugh, another Monday. It's not a ghost. It's just decomposition's remix album. Now that's what I call putrefaction. In extreme cases, the pressure can even move limbs slightly or make fluids ooze from the mouth and nose. It's disgusting, scientific, and poetic all at once. Your body becomes an orchestra of gas, each bubble a note in nature's least requested symphony. Basically, your final performance might come with sound effects. Number 6. Your eyes go full horror movie. Ever wondered why dead people in movies have that unmistakable glassy stare? That's not just Hollywood accuracy, that's biology doing its weird thing again. The moment your heart stops, oxygen stops circulating, and your corneas, those clear domes over your eyes, begin to dry out like old jelly. Within minutes, they cloud up, giving you that milky, vacant look that could haunt a mirror for centuries. If your eyes are open, they turn dull and grayish. If they're closed, they can stay clear a little longer, which is why morticians tend to tape eyelids shut. Yeah. Taped. Shut. And here's the part that would make any sleep paralysis demon jealous. The pupils dilate wide open because the muscles that control them lose tension. It's like your eyes are saying, "Wow, everything is..." Nothing now. In humid conditions, your eyes might even collapse slightly, deflating as fluids evaporate. The poetic version? The window to your soul closes. The scientific version? Your eyeballs are drying raisins now. There's also a forensic trick. Doctors can tell how long you've been dead based on how quickly that cloudiness sets in. Basically, your eyeballs are ticking clocks of doom. Romantic, huh? So yeah, those unblinking pale orbs, not cinematic exaggeration, just another reminder that your body's exit plan includes props straight out of The Conjuring. Number 5. Your skin starts to slide off. Okay, buckle up because this one's slippery. After a day or two, enzymes inside your cells start eating through the tissues that used to keep you together. Combine that with bacterial activity, and your skin begins separating from the layers underneath. Morticians call this skin slippage, but let's be honest. Flesh unzipping feels more accurate. You can literally peel off a glove of skin from your hand, like taking off a rubber glove at the world's worst spa. It's not just random decay either. Moisture, heat, and bacteria work together like a demolition crew on overtime. For investigators, that's actually useful. Fingerprints can still be taken. They just, roll the skin onto their own fingers to do it. If that doesn't make you appreciate CSI workers more, nothing will. And yes, your hair and nails look like they keep growing, but they don't. It's an illusion caused by your skin retracting as it dehydrates, so it's not zombie beard growth. It's just your skin pulling back like, okay, I'm done being part of this. At this point, you're not just decomposing. You're doing a full-on biological costume change. Number 4, you become soup. Yes, really. Let's talk about autolysis, the process where your cells basically digest themselves from the inside out. Think of it as your body going, fine, if no one's gonna clean up, I'll just dissolve everything myself. First, your pancreas, the enzyme powerhouse, releases digestive juices that leak into nearby tissues. Within hours, it turns mushy, then liquefies. The same happens to your stomach lining, liver, and lungs. Fluids seep, mix, and pool, creating a lovely internal stew that eventually leaks out of, well, anywhere it can. The smell? Imagine rotten eggs, roadkill, and gym socks having a group project. That's your new perfume. In wet or humid environments, you can fully liquefy within weeks. There's even a term for the waxy residue left behind. Adipocere, also known as grave wax. It's a fatty, soap-like substance that preserves your shape, so technically, you become your own candle. Charming. Basically, your final form is a puddle. A very smelly, scientifically fascinating puddle. Number 3. The bugs move in. If bacteria are your microscopic demolition crew, flies are the vultures of your personal apocalypse. Within minutes of death, flies detect the scent of decay chemicals, like putrescine and cadaverine, and rush to the scene like they got an invite to an all-you-can-eat buffet. The first guests are usually blowflies, those shiny metallic ones. They lay eggs in moist, cozy places: eyes, mouth, nostrils, any orifice that says vacancy. Hours later, those eggs hatch into maggots, tiny, wriggly decomposers that eat through flesh faster than a garbage disposal on Red Bull. They work in shifts, layer by layer, systematically reducing you to bones in a matter of weeks. And get this, forensic scientists can use maggots to time death. Each stage of their growth acts like a biological calendar. So yes, maggots are basically nature's morbid Apple Watch. Eventually, beetles, mites, and even spiders join in. It becomes an entire ecosystem, a creepy carnival of life feeding on death. It's the ultimate recycling project. Your body returning to nature one insect bite at a time. If you've ever wondered what circle of life really means, this is it, except with more squirming and less singing lions. Number 2, you turn into a ghost balloon. All right, so remember those gases we mentioned earlier, the ones bubbling away inside your organs like a middle school volcano project gone wrong? Yeah, those don't just make noise, they inflate you. As decomposition goes into full swing, methane and carbon dioxide fill your chest, abdomen, and sometimes even under your skin. You swell up like a balloon animal shaped by Satan himself. Your face can puff beyond recognition, your eyes bulge out, and your tongue might protrude slightly because pressure builds from inside until something gives. In extreme cases, the bloating can literally move your body or shift it into a new position. That's right, sometimes corpses roll over on their own, and when the gases finally escape, you deflate, loudly, through whatever exit is available. Sometimes the mouth, sometimes not the mouth. Morticians have a name for this charming step in the process: purge fluid. Sounds fancy, but it's basically the juice of decomposition finding the shortest path to freedom. So yeah, your grand finale involves inflating like a parade float and then collapsing like a cheap air mattress. You go out with a hiss, not a bang. Number 1, you become the Earth's dinner. And finally, the big finish. Because even though your brain shuts down, your body's just getting started on its afterlife career: fertilizer. Once the insects and bacteria have done their work, your remains blend into the soil as minerals and organic matter: nitrogen, calcium, phosphorus. All the stuff that once made you, seeps into the ground and feeds plants, fungi, and microbes. Basically, you're back in the food chain. The carbon from your tissues joins the atmosphere, your calcium fortifies rocks and bones of future generations, and the microscopic life that breaks you down thrives off the feast. In time, everything that was you becomes everything else: trees, flowers, worms, maybe even the veggies someone eats a few decades later. Nature doesn't waste a single molecule. It just reassigns them. So the next time you admire a beautiful garden, remember, it might be running on someone's grandpa. You're not just dust in the wind, you're tomorrow's compost. In the weirdest way, that's kind of beautiful. The ultimate recycling program. No membership required. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.